Officer. Officer, has my mum arrived yet? No? Okay. No, that's fine. Has she called? No. Okay. No, that's fine. I'm fine. I want a match. I'm sorry, I know, it's just that none of these brain breathing exercises actually calm me down. My mind is racing at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and the only thing that can slow it down is a match! Or a flame! Or something! Yeah, I bet you'd find it funny. You know, I was once scared of flames. I was. Even when my dad would light the barbecue, I would run and I would hide at the hint of the smoke. My heart would start thumping, and my hands would sweat and shake like I had Parkinson's or something. I spent a lot of dinners in the backyard. I did. Who knows where this ridiculous phobia began? Maybe it was the memory of seeing my childhood garage catch on fire. They say that my dad got too much chlorine for the pool, and there was a spark. Boom. It blew up like a fireball. It singed his eyebrows. He looked like a burnt marshmallow. If only he didn't scream as much, I could pretend that he was. Maybe it was tripping over a cat when I was 10 and knocking the saucepan of oil off the stove. My hands were burnt and the house was on fire. And that was it. That was when it started. Bloody cats. My mum took me to a psych person for my pyrophobia, and she eventually tried exposure therapy on me. She'd give me a little countdown, and then she'd light a match. 1, 2, 3. And I was beyond terrified. I freaking sprinted and I hid underneath the table. I wet myself that first time. But slowly I got used to it. And then she increased the size of the match. And each time I became more and more fascinated. I began to love the way that it flickered. It kept me so calm, yet so curious. Curious to see what more it could become. And finally I had a sense of control. And that feeling of control was so soothing. I could feel my bones just dripping away, and I craved that feeling, the feeling that fire gave me. It was like I was addicted and I needed that fire. My mum, she was happy. As far as she was concerned, I wasn't scared anymore. But what I was instead was obsessed. Every morning I would sit on the couch and I would just watch fire on the TV. Then I'd light my own match. 1, 2, 3. Watch it as it fizzled out. After school, I would light my own campfire. I'd burn twigs and leaves and bugs, anything I could find. Sometimes I'd put my clothes in. Sometimes I'd put my hand in. I don't know. I wanted to see how long I could take it before I had to pull away. So I picked off the burnt skin. And I put my hand in again, and again, and again. Somewhere I just lost control. Can I just say, I know this looks bad, but none of this was supposed to happen. It was the psych person's fault. Yes, she told me that I had some unresolved issues with my mother. She told me that my ego had taken a severe beating from her and that I needed to do something about it, so I figured out what to do. Mum had 5 cats, those bloody cats. I always hated them. They had these eyes. They could look into your soul. I never liked them. But Mum loved them, so she wouldn't listen to me. And one day, after a bit of a scuffle, I gathered all the 5 cats and I put them in a cage. I doused the cage with oil, and I looked at the soon-to-be campfire before counting 1, 2, 3. Whew. It was the biggest campfire I'd ever seen. It was so big, it was twice the size of the house. It was so hot, the metal bars just melted, and the cats started running around, and they were screeching and howling and smoldering, and that's when Mum came out, so I hid behind the bushes and I waited for her. She had no idea what to do. There were 5 mobile campfires all running around the backyard. I figured I'd wait an hour or 2 until all the cats were dead and she was feeling sorry for herself, and then I would march up to the front door and I would knock and I'd say, "Mum, things are going to change around here." But that didn't happen. No, one of those cats ran straight into the house, and in 30 minutes there was no front door to knock on. And Mum loved them, so she went in afterwards. And I wanted to help her. I did, but the fire, it was too big. It was uncontrollable. So I just screamed, "Mum, Mum, they're just cats. They're just cats." And I didn't get a response. So I called 000, and that's when the fire showed up. They put this blanket over me. I haven't seen her since. I didn't mean to hurt her. She's my mum. Everyone loves their mum, right? And I wouldn't be in here if it wasn't for those cats or for the sight person or for me. Officer, when my mom calls, can you tell me? I'd like to, please.